In this video tutorial, we're going to quickly review what is a ratio and also show you two examples to determine if two ratios are or are not equivalent. So let's first review what is a ratio. It is a comparison of two numbers by division. There are three different ways to express a ratio. Do you know what they are? Here are your three different representations of how to write a ratio. Let's move into our first example to determine if these two fractions, 10/15 and 2/3, are equivalent. Method 1 is to try to determine if one of the fractions is reducible. If it is, then please reduce. Between these two fractions, hopefully you've determined that 10/15 are both divisible by 5 and therefore is reducible to 2/3, which is exactly the second fraction. So these two fractions are equivalent. They are the same. Now, what if the fractions are not reducible? Let's move into method 2. If that's the case, then you may want to try to rewrite both fractions with a common denominator and then compare. So we have the two fractions, 4/5 and 2/3. I'm not able to simplify further because the fractions are already in simplest form. So I need to determine what is a common denominator. An easy way to do that is to multiply the two denominators together. So with my denominator of 5, I will multiply by the other denominator of 3. Now if I do that to the denominator, I must do the same thing to my numerator. So my equivalent fraction of 4/5 is now 12/15. Let's rewrite the fraction 2/3. If my common denominator is 15, what will I have to multiply 3 by to get 15? That is 5, which happens to be the denominator of your first fraction. If I multiply the 3 by 5, I must also do the same thing and multiply the 2 by 5 as well. So my new equivalent fraction for 2/3 is 10/15. Are both of these fractions equivalent? Is 10/15 equal to 12/15? It is not. So I hope that helped.